best. Okay, when the Muslim community is on the offensive, the intention must be to make Allah's word supreme. So this is a condition in order for your offensive jihad to be accepted by Allah. That Allah's name to be, or word to be supreme. In an authentic hadith reported by Abu Musa al-Ash'ari, may Allah be pleased with him, states, a Bedouin came to the Prophet ﷺ and asked, Messenger of Allah, a man fights for a share of war gains, and one fights so as to gain a reputation, and one fights so that he is seen, meaning noticed. Which of these is considered for Allah's cause? The Prophet said, ﷺ, he who fights so that Allah's word is supreme is fighting for Allah's cause. And this is a very important hadith highlighting the main condition of offensive jihad. No one can wage war against another country unless there is a Muslim ruler. It's a Muslim's flag that he's fighting under, and the reason is not to gain territory, is not to gain wealth, but it's not to be famous. It's not because there are countrymen and we're defending our country, etc. It is to make Allah's word supreme. In jihad, it is obligatory to obey the leader of the Muslim community, provided that he does not order anything that is forbidden in Islam. Now, this is an issue many deviant sects had gone against. They claim that it is a must that the Muslim ruler we fight under his flag has to be a practicing Muslim ruler. And Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah say this is not true. A Muslim ruler, whether he's a sinner or righteous, we have to follow him in jihad, we have to follow him in Hajj, and we have to follow him in prayer. So this is his right upon us, regardless whether he drinks alcohol or fornicates or sins or gambles or does whatever he wants to do. As long as he's a Muslim, we have to obey him, especially in going to jihad. The Prophet ﷺ said, whoever obeys me obeys Allah, and whoever disobeys me disobeys Allah. Whoever obeys the commander I appoint, meaning the Imam, the ruler, obeys me, and whoever disobeys the commander I appoint disobeys me. So the issues of jihad cannot be taken lightly, cannot be taken in a way that some extreme say that jihad is barbaric, is not democratic, is not something positive to do, while others go to the extreme in saying that we have to do jihad, we have to fight and die fighting, regardless of the environment, of the conditions, of whatever. Those who say such things both don't know Islam properly. We call it jihad. They call it fighting for democracy, fighting to defend our values. This is what they usually say. So America can wage war. Why? To protect its interests, to honor its values, to defend democracy, to do this or to do that. And it is so funny when they say what they're saying and then they condemn jihad. So their fighting is justifiable. Us defending our lands in Palestine is terrorism. When we want to help our brothers and sisters in Kashmir, in China, in everywhere the Muslims are being oppressed, this is interfering in others' affairs. They are the big father. They have the power and they have the ability, and they need no permission to invade a country like Iraq, destroying it totally, killing more than 1 million people, and then saying, oops, we thought there were weapons of mass destruction, but the reports were misleading. We didn't find anything. Okay, who'll compensate for the 1 million killed? Of course nobody. We're the superpower. We don't do this. We were fighting for our values. We fight for democracy and for human rights. Even if this leads to annihilating humans, at least we have the rights remaining. All of this is a lot of BS. But when it comes to jihad, to the Quran, to the Sunnah, to honor humans, to liberate them from worshipping other than Allah, they condemn that and they tarnish the reputation of Islam. So we have to be proud of our aqidah. We have to raise our heads and walk with our heads held up high. Islam is a religion of peace without weakness, of strength without violence, of pride without arrogance. Islam is the religion that everybody is afraid of because it doesn't change colors. It is open to all to see. Its agenda is crystal clear. We don't have to double talk. We're straightforward. Unlike the politicians, unlike the disbelievers, unlike those who have hidden agendas, our agenda is open to all to see, and this is why they're terrified of it. And Allah Azza wa Jalla knows best.